Showtime. That's what it say. It's
Showtime. Yes, yes,
showtime.
yes. We are here.
Hey.
Hey. We are here.
Welcome. We are in the building. We live.
On this Sunday afternoon. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't think I have mine queued up. I'm trying to look at it, but it's all good.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to Opinions. Welcome to our podcast, our live Facebook and YouTube. We are Opinions. I am Ebony Nicole, and she is
Elisa Matisa.
absolutely. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
Hey, beautiful. I'm loving your braids right now.
Oh, I was gonna
Come
ask
on.
you. I was gonna
Do the
notice
swing.
it. Let me explain something to you. This is the first time
that you got braids, right?
In my life. I've had braids, but not like box braids, not extensions. I did one time when I was in the 4th grade. One time my aunt did my hair for me.
Really?
Rest in peace to my aunt. Yes. She did my hair for me. And you know what it was? I think I was in an all-white school. I wasn't feeling it. And I think like I wasn't feeling how I was just all around. I wasn't around my people. So it affected me. So I've never had braids since the 4th grade. Up until today. But that's a whole nother topic.
Yes. You look cute, but I love it. I love it.
Box braids, Nubian queen.
Yes. Come on now. Our protective styles.
Yes. So what's up?
New?
How was your weekend? No. My weekend was, let me tell you something. I went Christmas shopping, not for gifts, but for decorations. I have a new project. And you know what the project is? I'm going to show it to you. But it's something that you showed me before, and you know your friend,
really?
You know your co-host.
Really?
So you showed it to me, and I was like, that is something that I love. And you know what I did? I went Christmas shopping. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get it together. You probably know what it is. I'm sure you remember, but I got it together. I actually worked on that project all this weekend, but I can't unveil it until it's finished. So I'm going to show you.
Excited.
I'm going to start. I'm almost finished it, but I got to make another part of it. So you'll see it. I started it, but they have all the Christmas decorations out in the stores.
I know.
Now. I was in the dollar store and I racked up. Okay?
That's where I gotta go before everything is sold out. I gotta get a few decorate my little.
And you gotta look up some YouTube's DIY, do it yourself.
Really?
It's amazing the stuff that people make from dollar store stuff. I mean, it's gonna give these high-end furniture stores competition because you can get so much in a dollar store. And I just realized that. Yes.
Yeah, they be having some good. If you go to the right dollar store, they got a lot of stuff.
I went to 2-3 different ones. They didn't have one particular item I needed, but it's all good. I got my Christmas decorations. I'm gonna decorate my house this Christmas, like with Christmas decorations and everything. Yes.
Okay. You in the Christmas spirit this year?
I think it's because I was in the store and I saw so much Christmas stuff is out right now. So it got me in that spirit. I'm like, I'm in a dollar store. Like how
in a dollar store?
How can I not get? And then you know when you go at the last minute in November or something after Thanksgiving, it's gonna be all sold out, and then it'd be something that you did. So
yeah, I'm ready. I think I have the Christmas spirit. Like I really do. I feel cheerful. I feel thankful. So I definitely want to do a little tree. I ain't gonna do nothing crazy because it's just me. But
remember we had a nice little Christmas.
Last year we had a good time. Last year I hosted Christmas last year at my home.
You know what I want to say, but
I know. Shut up.
Shout out to your sister.
Shout out. Hey guys in the chat room. Mom is in the building. We got Gloria. Hey Danny, Miss Jackson. We got people in Facebook Live. Welcome, guys.
I gotta put my comments on. Yes. Hey guys.
So you want to go right into our stories because we got two
into our stories. Yes, the one story was about he has a Spanish name, Negron. What is his name? Just 1 second.
Ashton.
Yes, Ashton. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. He killed his wife in front of his kids. And she wanted to get a divorce. And what happened was when she found out he was cheating, she let him know, I want a divorce right now.
Right.
He ended up killing her. I don't know if it was right after. I was going to say right on the spot. I don't know if it was right on the spot, but he killed her right in front of their 3-4 kids.
Yeah. He shot her 10 times.
10
he shot her
times.
10 times in front of their children because she wanted a divorce, because he had extramarital situation going on. My thing is, you mad at me because I want a divorce because you cheated on me? I didn't get that. But then it comes into play mental illness. Go ahead. You want to play the clip?
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I don't have a clip, but I'm gonna just show you some of the pictures that shows that.
Hey, Ray Sean, welcome.
So this is him.
So that's the family, his wife and his 3 children.
Yes, his 3 children. And as you can see, like, I don't know, to me, I just feel like in some of these pictures, that's him when they arrested him. He just looks, you don't think he looks a little off? Or I don't want to judge.
Yeah, you can't really judge by that. I'm sure people thought he was a good husband, and
when you look at all of these,
like he loved her.
And look at this. These are Instagram pictures that we say, "Oh my God, they so happy."
Look so happy, right?
They so great. Like, oh my God, I want this.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
I don't know. I feel like I looked all throughout her Instagram, and I was trying to see if I see, like, I just felt like every picture he looked like
he was angry about something.
Yeah, like he just doesn't look like he doesn't look like a happy, like he just looked like he's just implanted there. Like he just just put him there, and he just is supposed to be like, you know, I don't know. To me,
yeah. My thing is, first, what makes a man cheat on his wife and 3 children, right? For the longest, and I know maybe majority of us have cheated on our partners once in our life when we were young, whatever the case is. But my thing is, if you are in a situation, in a relationship, and you're not happy, why are you staying? And then I guess men or women want their cake and eat it too. But I'm saying, if you're so miserable and you're not happy in the situation, then remove yourself and find happiness for yourself. It may sound easier said than done, but to result in killing somebody, the wife of your children, the mother of your children, I mean, in front of them, and you killed her because she wanted to divorce you because you cheated on me. That's crazy to me.
To me, I just think that it all has to do with like a house, having a home, and still being able to have your shenanigans outside of the home. Like, I don't know. To me, I always say, I don't have a PhD, but my studies have taught me a lot. And I just feel like, I just think a lot of people are just, it's never enough. Like, it's like, okay, great. I have my homemaker. I have my wife to make me dinner, keep the house clean, keep the kids okay, have them going to school. And then on the outside, you can still do you. Like, a man is not good. Some men don't appreciate having that and just sticking to that. They want to have that and they want to have more. And they still want to live their bachelor life, but you still want to have that homemaker. You know, some men don't want to be living in a single life. They want to be able to go home and have their house clean, have the kids taken care of, have things situated. So I think that could have been what happened with him. And it's like, she was like, and then she found out he couldn't keep up the act. So she found out, and it was like, he's like, wait, what? You not away from me.
So on his Facebook page, after the shoot, well, just before he shot her 10 times, he posted a message on Facebook saying, "Never got closure, but I'll walk away a winner regardless." What do you think he meant by that?
I think in his sick mind, because obviously mental illness is playing a part in this. In his sick mind, if I like, you know, analyze that, I think he's trying to say, like, you're not going to get away.
Right.
You're going to lose because you're going to be dead. So at this moment, like, I'm going to be the winner because I'm going to be alive, and you just going to be like, in their mind, I think, when it comes to mental illness, not that I'm mentally ill, but I feel like I can like jump in to their way of thinking. So I just think like maybe he's thinking he's still a winner.
Because nobody will have her. I'm going to kill you.
Yes, these sick people.
Nobody will have you. So I'm still winning. That's mental.
Absolutely. Mental illness.
That's crazy to me. So my thing too, I was thinking, well, let me read some of the chat. Hi, Medina. Medina says people stay in unhappy situations out of convenience sometimes. And that's so true. It's like routine. You so used to routine and like, how am I going to function without him in the house with the kids? I'm sure he probably cheated before, maybe. And she was fed up. Like, enough is enough. I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So Tiffany Jones is in the building. I think a lot of men, not all men, feel once they lock a female down, whether it be of kids, marriage, etc., that she ain't going nowhere. So it was a blow to his ego when she wanted out. That's so true.
That's exactly what I was saying in more or less words. Exactly. Yeah. Hey, Tiff. Yeah, I just feel like it's definitely like it's me or nothing at all. And I think he chose like, okay, you not getting nothing if it's not me. You ain't gonna live on this earth.
Right. Like, where you going? But how dare you? How people got nerves.
And Rayshawn said, did you see what Rayshawn, he said, depending on what you got invested in the relationship, you look for a return on your investment. I don't know. He's saying like he agrees with homeboy killing his wife in front of the kids.
No, I don't think he's agreeing. I think he's saying that's how some men think. Like, I invest so much in you, and yeah, I cheated, but I'm paying the bill.
No, but he's saying depending on what you got invested
in a relationship.
So he's saying like it depends like on what he got. Oh, okay, Rashawn. No, I ain't saying that.
All right, we get you now.
Yes, I think. To me, I just think a lot of times in these relationships, and like I just think you have to read the signs, the writing on the wall.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times we know when we're dealing with somebody that's a little off, a little psychotic. You can't go up to some of these people and say, it's over. I'm getting a divorce. You can't say it like that. You got to make a sneak getaway. You got to do that on the low.
Right.
And I know like one of my homegirls, I don't want to shout out her name, but she gonna know who I'm talking about. But I remember with her, I remember being on the phone with her and her telling me like, listen, I'm gonna leave tonight. I'm packing all my stuff. He's just gonna come in. He's gone. He's not gonna be here for the rest of the night. So I'm gonna leave while he's here. I'm gonna go to my dad's house. I'm gonna stay there, but I'm taking everything and I'm just gonna leave in the middle of the night. And she left in the middle of the night. And I remember she moved away after she stayed with her father. But she was like, I'm going to send all my stuff to my new apartment. I'm going to mail it off. And we went on vacation like the next week. Me and her went on vacation. But I remember we went on vacation. She mailed all her stuff and left in the middle of the night. And I felt like she didn't tell me.
Sometimes you got to do that.
And I don't know what exactly was going on. She never told me she got beat. She wouldn't get into specifics as to why she felt the need to leave in the middle of the night without talking to him and without him begging her and doing all the shenanigans. But I just respected that so much because so many women stayed, but she came up with a plan and executed that plan flawlessly and left and never looked. After that day, I've never heard her talk about him ever since then. And she left, and that's what I'm saying. I think I think at that point she know who she was dealing with.
Who she was dealing with.
Yeah, she's not gonna have a sit down talk. I want a divorce. I want away from you. No, she left in the middle of the night, and he probably had psychotic issues.
Issues like, no, I gotta sit down and think this out because he might, like Medina said, she was like a safety plan. You always, especially when you're dealing with somebody with mental, like it's crazy. But I agree on what you said when you was like, when we in relationships, we get those red flags and we choose to ignore them because we feel like there's nothing better than this, or ain't nobody gonna want me with 3 kids, or you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case is. but we have to recognize the red flags. And yes, we've all been there. I kind of like let red flags, pass me by in like past relationships. But when I see a real red flag, mental, I can't stay. Like, I'm not going to do that to myself.
And
I think when we get older, we kind of recognize it more. You know what I'm saying?
And then you not only do you have to recognize it, you got to know how to get into their psyche and know how to deal with it. It's almost like you got to flip into being a psychologist or a therapist, like, because actually your life is at stake at this point.
Absolutely.
So you really have to. And it's funny. I was watching this ID channel this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm staying on these weird ID channels to get into your psyche.
Absolutely.
Anyway, this woman, she was the only person that got away. He murdered like 20 something people, raped and murdered 20 different women. And she got the one that got away. Mm-hmm. She was talking to him as he was raping her and brutalizing her. And then he let her, like, they was talking in an apartment after he raped her. And she said she had to talk with him. And she was like, listen, please let me go. She was like, I really enjoyed you. I want to be with you after today. And she was like, you know what? We don't even have to tell people how we met. Let's just tell people we met in a bar. We don't have to tell nobody that you raped me. She was like, you know what? I just want to be with you after this. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, yo.
She was getting here.
She was getting into his mental. And then you know what he did? They went to a gas station. He just let her go into the gas station and purchase something. And from there, she got away. And he
got her trust. Like, he was like, oh, okay, I trust her.
And she got into his psyche. Like, when she said to him, we can act like we met in a bar. We don't have to tell anybody how we met. And it was almost like he started to believe her. Like, it was like, yeah, we can be happily ever after. Like, and it was like, he believed it and she lived. She was the first person. She got him caught. And he even said that. He was like, after that, he was like, he knew he was going to get caught when they interviewed. It was so good. But I just think that's the bottom line. You have to know what you're dealing with. And when you realize that, save your life.
Yeah. So my question to you is, you want to read this Miss
Ann Lima?
Lima, yeah.
She said, please be mindful that not all individuals with adverse mental health issues have violent girl. I am not violent. Thank you, Ann Lima. You right about that. And
yeah, in some cases, no. I do agree with that. I do agree.
You definitely right about that. And I know Ann Lima, she's the sweetest woman. I was just actually talking about you, Ann Lima, like that. These words that you use, girl, sometimes I can't even pronounce.
You got to get the dictionary.
Wasn't I just saying that, Ebony? Yeah. I was saying some of the words that she used, but she's so right. Like, a lot of them aren't violent. But I think a lot of times, like, in order to be able to relate, I'm bringing up a violent instance because that's what we're talking about in this story. But I just think in a lot of instances, in order to be on an even playing field, you have to kind of like, be able to relate and communicate to them. If they're not, if they have psych issues, like, you want to be able to relate to them. So that's all I'm saying. Some people may not be violent, but I just want to be able to relate to them, to talk to them.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think so too. I think if you're dealing with somebody that suffers with mental health, it's something that you guys definitely go to some counseling, and so that somebody can give you tools on how to interact with that person, because I think everybody is to be loved. Mental illness, depression, everybody want to be loved. But for me, I would definitely seek out somebody that is a professional and give me tools on how to maneuver and communicate with that person so that we won't have issues like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do agree with Alame. I'm saying her name wrong, but yeah, I agree. I agree.
No, I agree too. I definitely agree that we do have to be mindful of, no matter what, it could be extreme where it's violent, or it could be another, not extreme and, just just being able to communicate. I just feel like being able to understand one another. You have to know whether you suffering from psych issues or whether you're not. We both have to be able to communicate if we in a relationship, if we have kids. Like, absolutely. There's only.
Listen, my question to you is: have you ever been in a situation that somebody you dated or relationship wise where you seen red flags, you noticed them, but you kind of like swept it under the rug and still kind of dealt with this person? Have you ever been there?
Yeah. And then when you realize it, to me, because I know the signs, to me, you have to, like I said, I feel like I know. So sometimes I will, like, in order to get myself in a safe, because like Lima said, like sometimes they are violent. That's the extreme to me, when they're violent and my life is at stake.
Right.
Like I have to be able to, it can be nonviolent, but at that point, like, the person needs to get help. But if I'm in a situation where it's going to turn violent, I have to save my life at this point. Because to me, it turns into a life or death situation. But yeah, I did. And I saw it, and I was kind of like the girl with the rapist situation. I wasn't being raped or nothing, but it's something like you have to know what you're dealing with and be able to, like I was saying with my girlfriend, and she left in the middle of the night and said, I'm going to mail all my stuff away and I'm going to just leave in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I knew how to, okay, I'm going to tell them what I need to tell them so I can get away out of this situation.
Right.
And keep myself safe.
Right.
So that's where I know, like, I've dealt with a situation in that instance.
Yeah.
What about you?
I've been in a situation when I was much, much younger with somebody that I was obsessed with, right? I was obsessed with this guy, and I was like, I really wanted to get to know him. Didn't see, I would see him every day, maybe on a corner walking home from maybe school, but didn't know that he suffered with mental health or whatever. But long story short, we became friends, and within that year, I seen signs of craziness, mental, like, and I remember the last day that we were together, he said he put gloves on, like plastic gloves. And I'm like,
gloves?
Right? Uh-oh. Yeah. And he said, I'm going to run your bath water with gloves on. Right. So then my hamster is going crazy.
Well, like surgical gloves, or what was it? Like,
like, I'm going to kill you and I don't want no evidence. And he's like, running what? And I'm like, and something was like, get out the house now. You know how your instincts, get out the house now. And so, so I'm walking, and he was like, if I can't have you, because I was telling him I can't do this no more. Like, I got to get out this relationship. This is not healthy. And he was like, if I can't have you, nobody will. And then but I've been seeing red flags, but because I was young and I was so, infatuated with this guy, I kind of like brushed it, under the rug. But after that, I was like, I will never be in something where if I see red flags, stay in that situation. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't healthy for my spirit and just a lot of things. My family found out about it, and it's just crazy. So I think when we do see red flags, we need to know how to exit. Like, all right.
And you gotta do it in a safe way. It's almost Absolutely. Like you have to go to a psychologist and speak to a psychologist to figure out an exit plan. Like, I don't just think it's Absolutely. Something you can do on your own. Like, sometimes it works, a lot of times it doesn't, and you may not succeed with your life.
Yeah. Theodore says you never know who is borderline and what can bring out the instability. So true.
Okay, Noonie, that's my cousin. Yeah, I agree with that. You never know who is borderline and what they can bring out in the instability. Like, I believe that, but I do think you get signs, though. I don't think I don't think you all of a sudden have a mental breakdown. I just think before the mental breakdown, before you
see signs of stuff that ain't right.
I think there's red flags. I think we all get red flags that we choose to, like you said. I'm sure before he did the gloves and stuff, you saw
Absolutely
certain things.
Absolutely, I did. Because you think you in love, I'm in love, he'll change. he'll change or whatever the case is. But now, Charlotte says red flags, a lot of us will see them, but when you care for someone, like I said, you choose to ignore them. We believe we can help some or that it won't get bad. But I agree with your friend, Mental. Yes, Charlotte.
You funny, your friend. Because you don't
Miss
pronounce
A. I was calling Miss A. Miss A.
And Lima.
Yeah.
I agree with the same thing. And my mom said he was clearly a sociopath and something wasn't happy in that home. People don't just wake up and kill a woman so brutally. It's a process. Some women ignore the red flags or don't pick up on them. And that's what I said. I don't believe, I believe that you're seeing things along the way.
Yeah,
and
I do. I agree.
Yourself, your kids, you need to pick up on these red flags and be alert. But some of us ignore it until it's too late.
Well, we pray for the family. 3 kids is motherless right now. And so we pray for the family.
And a lot of things too that we got to learn from this too, from the Netflix documentary that I was watching. It was called Sociology or whatever it's called, but it was basically about don't believe what you see. Everybody looks so happy. If you look at their picture, they look like a happy family.
Right?
You don't know what's going on behind these closed doors. They look like the family you would envy. Like, oh my God, like I want this happiness.
Relationship goals, like
white picket fence. Meanwhile, he brutally murdered her, and who knows? He's cheating on, doing all kind of stuff. So be careful out there, ladies and gentlemen, because it's not just for the ladies.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of crazy women and men out there.
Absolutely. You want to get into the Henry from Black Ink Crew? Ryan
Henry, and that goes back into like mental illness, depression, and all kinds of stuff that goes on in relationships. And it goes back to the thumbnail that we had up with the guy crying with the tears. He looked the thumbnail that we used.
Yes.
That wasn't Ryan. That was the other guy. I don't know his name.
That was his best friend. He was the one that Ryan cheated on, with his girl.
Yes. So that goes back to our discussion. Would you forgive a friend if they slept with your partner?
Absolutely not. There's no forgiveness in that.
Would you forgive, but would you forgive the partner? Because a lot of people say they don't forgive the friend, but a lot of times they forgive the partner that they're with.
Yeah,
What do you feel that you harder on your friends more so than your partner?
I would think I'll be harder on my friend because my friend probably know me longer. If this is my good friend that I know for years, we grew up together. I probably know that friend longer. And your loyalty is to me, right? So if my man leave me or my partner leave me next week, my friend is still gonna be there. You get what I'm saying? So I would be more mad, I think, with my friend. Like, you slept with my partner, my friend. I don't know. I think both of them would be pieced out, but I think my friend more. What you think?
I think it would be the same level of disrespect. I would be so
absolutely the same level, but I think the friend is just, I don't know. I think friend, you be around me. You've been to my house. You probably been around my kids.
Wait, Medina said she. I'm sorry, Medina. I would forgive them both over time. Initially, I'm moving on. Won't ever forget it. But forgive.
Respect. Respect. Hey, Haggy, my niece. I'm not forgiving either one. I'd be harder on my friend, like I said, because I don't have many. So it would have to be someone close who owes me exact. Come on, niece. Me and you right here. I said the same thing.
I don't know.
Yes, I would be pissed off at my friend, my partner too, because you played a part as well. But I think your friend, that's your loyalty. Like, no, nah. My friend, I would be disappointed. It would hurt me. Like if you sleep with my partner,
I don't think I would.
Nah.
Yeah, but I just don't see why.
That's
I think for me, I would have the same level of disappointment. I'm getting rid of both. There's no way I'm gonna hold one to a higher standard than the other. Like, but I just think it would depend on the relationship. If I have kids, like, am I just gonna have a complete exit? But if I do not have kids, you never know how people act. But maybe I just find a lot of women forgive like the man or the woman, and they just will dead the friend. And to me, I just feel like it could be a mental health situation. As I said, like I probably wouldn't just do a complete getaway and leave in the middle of the night, but I'm definitely making an exit plan. I would cut my friend off dead, but depending on me and my man, if we living together or whatever his state is, because you never know how their mental state is until a situation occurs, like something that's like a heightened situation where, you know, a job or a relationship, like you really don't know how somebody's mental state will handle a situation. So if they're like a you know, mentally stable person, I'm dead in it right off the bat. If I got kids and other situations, we got a house together, we living together, of course
I move differently.
I can't do a complete exit. So I do have to take my time, but trust and believe they both are getting dead right off the bat.
So in Brian Henry's story with his best friend, they said they were drunk the first time, but he was sleeping with his best friend's wife for a year and a half. I'm gonna play a little clip for those who are not really familiar with the story. Ryan Henry, he has a best friend. He slept with his best friend's wife while his best friend was suffering from cancer. He was fighting cancer at the same time.
And depression.
So I'm going to just play a little clip for those who don't know. Let's see, Chrome. Audio. Let's see.
Anthony Lindsay. Anthony is a former best friend of Ryan.
It's echoing. You got to turn down one of the other.
Now, just to give y'all a little background, Anthony and Ryan have been friends for over 11 years. And Ryan betrayed Anthony by sleeping with the mother of Anthony's son, who was also Ryan's godson, while Anthony battled cancer. Anthony, thank you so much for doing this interview. I know you and I spoke for a while, and I know it's an emotional time for you, and I appreciate you doing this and being so candid. So you're welcome. Why don't you start and just tell them, how did you find out that Ryan and Nina were sleeping together?
Well, I was at her house and she was in the bathroom, and my son picks up her phone and he says, "I know mommy's code." And I'm like, "No, you don't." And he said, "Yes, I do." So I was like, "Show me." He shows me. He opens her phone. When thinking about going through her phone, I don't go through her phone. And I went to the text, and the only thing I did was put Ryan's name in because I had suspicions. But I thought it was something wrong with me to be having suspicions. I'm like, he's the godfather of my son. I mean, why do I have these suspicions? So I never said anything about it. But the first thing I did was type in Ryan's name, and a whole conversation came up.
Okay.
And what was that conversation like?
Let's get out of there.
I mean,
so, he was, when I seen his story, hold on. When I seen this story, it kind of broke my heart because you can tell when he was doing the interview, he was hurt. Tears, like, you my son's godfather. How dare you? And you guys know I'm suffering from cancer. How dare you? Not one time, not two times, but you slept with my wife for a year and a half. I don't care what the situation is. I don't care if you depressed or, me and her arguing and we going through ourselves. I don't care what it is. That's off limits.
Absolutely.
You don't do that.
I agree. And I think sometimes people forgive because it's like you can say that, oh, it was alcohol, I was drunk. But in this situation, there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Like y'all went on for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And continue this, and only it stopped because y'all got caught because I saw the text message that my son showed me. But if not for that, y'all still would have been going at it like bunny rabbits.
Right.
So Farrah said, Sikri, is that how you pronounce it? Sorry, Farrah. She said Ryan needs his ass kicked. I agree too, but why Ryan? Why are you not talking about the girl? What about the girl?
No, Ryan, because this is not his first. I don't know if you watched the reality show, but he also cheated on one of his other friends with his ex-girlfriend. Like he has a pattern, and I don't want you to keep on making excuses that I'm depressed or that's why you slipped up in my wife. No, that's just unacceptable for me. I mean, dishonest, disloyal, no respect for your friend. Like I can't deal with nobody like that. Tiffany.
Tiffany, tough call depending on the dynamics of the friendship and relationship. Although most of what you see on reality TV isn't real, Ryan has always came across as being a grimy individual, and I'm not about to put on his mental health issues, grieving over his sister.
I agree, Tiff. Like, is this something you got to be accountable for? You got to be accountable for. And I'm just not going to you're not just going to keep telling me that like I'm depressed. No, let's go get help so that you won't be in those situations. So you won't hurt nobody.
Who was depressed? Like the one in the relationship with the girl?
Ryan, the one the cheater.
Oh, the friend.
Right. Ryan.
He was depressed. I thought
absolutely, yes. He suffers with depression, he said.
Yeah,
so it played a part in him cheating as well.
No.
So, I mean, that's unacceptable for me.
No.
So my question to you is, if you were in a situation, you had a close friend you knew for years, right?
Mm-hmm.
One day they went out, your boyfriend was there, your husband was there, they got drunk, slipped up and had sex. Are you forgiving your partner, or are you going to forgive your girlfriend? Your girlfriend said he made a pass, she was drunk, and it happened. Who are you forgiving?
I can say now, I would forgive them both. Like that sounds like the sound situation to do, but I know it would never ever work out. Like that would just be the same. They crossed the boundary that I know at the end result. I might, in the first instance, you sad, you're disappointed, and you just wanted to get back to normal where it was before. But I just don't think it would ever go back to that. Like I don't think that I would ever forgive it. But initially,
my trust would be gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Initially, my first initiation of it would be like, oh, okay, to forgive them and move on, and hope to get back to the norm that it was before. But I know in my own mental state, I would never be. It was something that he would keep having to prove himself, and I would never trust him. If the friend come around, am I ever going to leave them alone? I go to the bathroom, I'm going to be looking at them like, wait, what y'all was doing? Like, I don't want to be like that. So it would be unhealthy for me and for him and for her.
Right. Yeah, I don't think for the friendship would definitely be over, because you proved to me your loyalty is not with me, and you can't be around me. You can't be in my space. So there's no getting back. And I get what somebody said, that they'll forgive them and move on. I think I would forgive eventually, but from a distance. You can't be in my circle. You can't be in my space. There's no hanging out. We're not calling and conversating because you hurt me. And who's not to say that you won't hurt me again? So there's no rebuilding that for me.
Farrah said Ryan cheated on his girl numerous times on the live TV. He could have had any woman because he's a celebrity. Why cheat with your friend's girl and be around?
I agree. That's so true. And he's a handsome dude. He could have any. Why your best friend wife?
I think it's an ego thing, though. I think a lot of times people just they have this ego thing, like, oh, they look so happy, everything is great, and I want a piece of that. Like, it's never enough sometimes for people. It's like they on the outside looking in, they want that.
Right. Right.
And I just think, I don't know. I mean, maybe this is another show, but it's like, what is forgiveness? Like, to me, I'm deading both of them. Like, I'm never going to look back. Like, is it considered forgiveness? Like, I can say to myself, yeah, I'll forgive them and I'll just cut them both dead and move on with my life. I don't think I will forgive them, to be honest. Like, I don't know what it was. But how would you forgive? Forgiving to me is like continuing with the situation.
Yeah. Right.
What would you if I move away and never speak to them again?
Yeah. A lot of people say that if you hold on to that hatred in your heart, you know what I'm saying? And like you hold these grudges against the people that did you wrong, it'll fester in you. There won't be no healing in you. And so for me is I can forgive, but I'm going to forgive you from a distance. That again, you can't be around me and in my circle. I forgive you guys. You made a mistake. You human, but you can't be around me no more. Absolutely not. I ain't crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust you no more. I forgive you because I want my conscience to be clear. I don't want to be holding grudges. So, and it'll take time. Don't get me wrong, because you already know me, Ian. I know you. It'll take time, but eventually I would want that out of my system.
I don't think I'm with Farrah. I don't think I'm ever going to forgive. And I don't
never forgive.
That's me. But I don't see it how everybody else sees it. Like, oh, I'm going to be holding this resentment in my heart. I'm going to be so angry at the world. Like, I'm not going to be angry at the world. I'm not. I just don't think I'm going to forgive or forget. Like, wait, I'm moving all my life and I'm not. But what is forgiveness? Like, what do you consider me moving all of my life and living my best happy life and never thinking about that situation again?
Listen, forgiveness is when it does not bother you no more. You forgive.
That's me. And I'm always forgiving people then. Because I never think about it again.
You're a forgiver.
And I'm never going to speak to them again. But I don't know if that's forgiveness. But if I never speak to them again, if I never see them again.
Yeah.
And let's just say I don't forgive them.
Forgiveness is within yourself. You don't have to be still friends with that person to forgive them. It's within you. I forgive them, God. Like I want all of this negative and this negative out of me so that I can move on freely. If you don't, then you'll never. That's how I feel. It'll take time though. Trust me. Trust me.
I don't know. Maybe it's the way that I operate, but I really don't feel like I sit around the world. I sit around angry. Like even when people do me wrong, I don't know. You've been my friend for years and years and years. Have you ever seen me not get over a situation and sit there stewing and unforgiving and mad at something that's happened? Yeah, to me, I feel like I write it off and I never think about it again. So I don't know. Is that forgiveness? Because I write them off, but in my mind, I'm not forgiving it. I'm not going to forget it. I'm never going to be friends with them again. But I don't sit around stewing boiled about it.
Yeah. I guess that's your way of coping with it. Maybe it is your forgiving. It's,
I think it is in a way it could be considered forgiveness. And
DJ, hey, bro. Go ahead, E.
Oh, okay. So, yes, DJ T-Dub, like my ex-fiance, cheated on me with her co-workers, drove off with him and left me standing there and then wants to come and cry and all of that. Nope, I left and could care less of the air left in her body.
He said he still get mad. He said he still get mad after 2 years. Hurts.
So then that's what you consider. That's what they would say. That's not.
That's still holding on to it.
Yeah,
I feel you.
Yeah. Okay. So now I think I'm forgiving.
Okay. You forgiving?
DJ T-Dub, I don't think you forgave it. I don't think you are coping with it.
He's still hurt. He says he's still hurting. Yeah. So like you said, I never seen you really like angry or holding grudges, or I really haven't seen you, right? But in the case that our the episode that we're going to do next week, when we talk about, like, I can say I'm gonna hold a grudge over that friend because such and such. For me, it's too much for me to hold it because it's going to stew in me, and I don't want that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? But it's important for us to have conversations. That's why we're going to talk about it on our next episode, next Sunday, so that you can release it. Because at the end of the day, you still have friends that you care about. And some of us do dumb shit. You get mad at me sometimes, I get mad at you, but we know how to get back together. Some friends, some stuff that I'm not going to forgive because, again, loyalty.
I think it's the way a person handles a situation. Like, I want to know that I'm worth it and that I'm valued and my opinion is valued and validated by you. If I tell you something you did to me hurt me, understand it and make it right and tell me, like, you know, it's simple things that we could do, but we can talk about that next week, girl.
Yes, because I feel it brewing in me. I feel it brewing, but we're gonna say that for next episode. But yes, so
can we say there's somebody that we know? Because I just want to give a little cliffhanger.
Absolutely. Go ahead, do your thing.
And I would prefer that it be a neutral party that doesn't know either one of us. If somebody can suggest, maybe in Lima, I would love somebody to come on here and be like neutral and we can tell them the situation, because I don't want to give my opinion and give hers, because I'm going to be biased from the get-go, because it's somebody that
no, but anybody in the chat, if you know somebody or yourself, maybe somebody in the chat to feel like you can be neutral with the topic that we're going to talk about next episode.
And it's about a friendship. Let's just tell you, it's about a friendship issue that we had some disagreements on. I do want to talk about you too, Ebony, and the way that you handled it. I would love to talk about that, because I don't know if you held yourself accountable either. I would love for us to delve deep into that.
Wow, really? Okay, let's wait, because you're gonna make this turn out into
we're gonna be in a 2-hour episode today. We might get into it.
We're gonna have extended hour.
I would love for somebody neutral. We can discuss it with a third party.
Yeah.
I
think who I'm gonna get O to come on. He's neutral. No.
Oh, who?
Omar.
Oh, I thought he was talking about another. Oh,
no. I think he's very neutral. He'll tell us if we wrong or not. He'll be like, yo, Eb, you dead wrong. Like, I think he'll be mutual for us. Let's see if he want to join us. No?
I gotta speak to him first, because I don't know if he's going to be, because you've been knowing him way too long. I don't know. Okay. I would prefer somebody that doesn't know either one of us.
Okay. Right.
Because at the end of the day, if he's not agreeing with you, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna be like, nah, you knew him too long. I'm always gonna say, I don't know. Yeah, we need to have somebody that is a neutral, doesn't know either one of us. So there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it, and we can come to an agreement.
We'll get somebody. Let's go on to our next topic.
Yes.
The X.
This has a lot to do with can you be friends with your ex while you're in a relationship?
Yeah. Can you be friends with your ex while in a relationship?
And this is where
crossing boundaries. Is it crossing boundaries to still be friends with your ex while you're in a new relationship? Chat room, I need y'all, because we can go back and forth, me and E, all day. I need the chat room to tell us your opinion on this topic. Can you be friends, or are you friends with your ex and in a relationship? Can it work? E, you want to start, or do you want me to start?
You can start.
So for me, I feel if you are in a relationship, it has to be boundaries. Because at first I said, no, why you still want to be friends with your ex? Like, for what? But then I had to think about it. I'm friends with a few of my ex. We're really cool. I love my ex. We're generally, we're friends, but I love them. And so I had to think about it, like, Ebony, how you going to be friends with your ex and have a problem with somebody you're dating that communicates with? And again, for me, I think you have to establish the boundaries when you first, get into that new relationship. Do you feel comfortable with me talking to my ex every day? Like, I speak to my ex every day. like mostly every day. Whatever.
Because that's I didn't know that.
He's my family. He's my family. I know him since I was maybe 14. We were dating since we were 13, 14. You know what I'm saying? So I trust him. I care about him. I still have love for him. So what I want my new partner to accept.
But let's be honest. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Does the ex ever come on to you? Would he take you back if you said the word? Snap that finger. Would he take you back? Be honest. He might be watching, so this you don't want to answer it. Would he take you back if you snapped your finger?
Yeah, probably. Stop acting stupid. But no, let me clear this up.
I do not want that ex around.
Clear this up. No, okay, I get what you're saying. But me and him have an understanding that we're going to be friends. We're family. We're going to be friends. And, you know, I feel that right now that's the best for us being friends. And we leave it alone. We left it alone. So we're friends. We're friends. I love him on a level that if my partner will leave me next week or today, tomorrow, he going to be there 10 point. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you have people in your life like that, you don't just be like, no, we can't be because I'm in a new relationship, but you set boundaries. I don't want my new partner to feel like disrespected or, you know, uncomfortable. But the situation was I have a friend that we were talking and the person said that they still communicate with their ex. And if they're in a relationship, say they're in the bed with her, you know, with the new relationship, the ex call and be like, yo, I need you. They're going to get up out the bed and go see about. And for that, I had a problem with that. Maybe we're going to go see about her, but you're not going to go. You know what I'm saying? So what do you feel about that? You're in the bed with your partner, probably 6 months in. Your man ex calls him and be like, yo, I'm messed up. I'm stranded. I really need you right now. Nobody's around. I need you to come get me. Would you feel some type of way if he gets out his bed and go see about her?
I would feel some kind of way if it would depend on how he does it. Like, and he's like, we both in the bed. Let's just say I'm playing now. I'm visualizing it. We both in the bed. He gets a phone call. He answers it. Hello. And then he's like, oh, word, whatever. And then
wait. What time is it?
2, 3 in the morning. 2, 3 in the morning. Let's say extreme situations. 2, 3 in the morning. And then hello. And then, oh, shoot, for real. Oh my God, whatever. And then he hangs up. Then he comes to me, turns over to me in the bed, and he says, yo, Quita is stuck out on the bridge, and she got a blown tire, and she needs me to get out there, and I'm gonna get ready to go. Are you okay with that? I'm gonna be like my response would be like, we going. Like, I don't know. You're not like, I don't know, and I wouldn't trust it. I know everybody say like that's insecurity. Whatever. Like, oh, if you trust your man, you're gonna let him go. No, like, come on now, let's be serious. Like, we going. And if he has a problem when I say we going, then that is going to be a potential problem. If he has a problem with us both going, but I would never want to leave somebody stranded on a bridge by themselves at 3 in the morning, because some people don't have nobody. Some people really are stranded. It happens. It happened to me before on a bridge, and I had and nobody came out for me. I had to wait for like the tow truck driver, and people knew I was stuck out there. So I know that feeling. So I'm gonna say I would absolutely feel my human side of me would be like, we going, and I don't want to leave her out there. But if he insists on going, it would depend on the situation. If he insists on going by himself, it's over.
It's over.
It's over.
If he be like, nah, babe, I got this. You sleeping. Like, I don't want you to get dressed. Stay in the bed. I got it. Huh?
If he insists on me staying,
pack all your stuff out, and you go stay with her on that bridge where she broke down.
If he insists on me staying home, then I'm gonna feel like, okay, that's a red flag.
Yeah,
and that's what Farrah was saying. Now, that's what I was gonna ask Farrah, because I was gonna say when she said she's friends with both of her ex-husbands, and she was saying that it shouldn't be a problem, but she has kids with her ex-husband. So
yeah, it's different.
I think that's different if you have kids. It's like you have to make it like a cool situation for the sake of the kids.
Right. Monique says, if you see your ex in the street, hi, how are you? And keep it moving. We do not need to call every day or go running if they're going through something.
That's what I believe that too. But it could be a situation that any of us could be stuck in the middle of the night at 2, 3 in the morning and people may not answer or people may not come out.
This is what I said. Cousin Monique, I said that if anybody calls the person I'm with, we calling that person an Uber or maybe AAA. But you not getting up out your bed at 3 in the morning while we're sleeping. And no, you will call an Uber for her. What's your address? Let me get the address.
No, but that's
AAA, change that tire. But you're not getting out of. We're not getting out of. No. Unless she's dying, she gotta be dying.
When you say an Uber is picking me up. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna leave my car on the bridge.
Then you gotta figure that after. You figure that out after you get home.
No, I'm not leaving. No, I'm not leaving my car.
You're not giving my partner duties to do. No.
I'm not. I'm just saying if it were, I'm thinking of myself as the person being stuck on the bridge.
Exactly.
Like I said, I'm not thinking about the woman in the bed.
You better have AAA on speed dial, baby.
I do, but sometimes it doesn't happen. I'm just saying I would prefer to be a situation where we both going out to get her.
Wait a minute, Shakri, am I saying your name right?
That's
Shakri.
Farrah. Hey, Farrah.
Hi, Sarah. Sarah said if my man
Farrah, like Farrah Fawcett. Farrah, like Farrah Fawcett.
Farrah says if my man don't have kids with his ex, he shouldn't be talking to an ex. She'll stay stranded. Okay, Farrah, I agree, Farrah. Or we gonna be nice because I got a heart. Farrah, we gonna send that Uber. And we'll pay for it too.
I'm not getting an Uber and leaving my car with a flat tire.
You asking for too much with somebody that's in a relationship. No.
I'm just saying, I'm thinking about me. Like I said, I've been stuck on the bridge before. So I know that feeling. At 2, 3 in the morning, I've been stuck on the bridge. So I know that feeling. And I would want, if I called them, let me tell you something. As we talking like being friends with your exes, I'm friends with all my exes. And I'm friends with them. So I feel like if I do call them, they need to come out. Like if they do answer the phone, like don't pick up the phone.
They need to come out if they're in a relationship. Is it different?
Because on my side, like I can say if I'm into them, like, oh my God, I want to be with them. I honestly don't. Like we really have a platonic, cool relationship.
Right. I understand, but you're not being respectful to your partner. You're not being respectful to that person that's in that new relationship. You call him like, come get me. I don't care what you do. No, that you ain't being respectful. That's disrespectful. Respectfully.
When it comes to a last resort, like, should I be respectful or should I just die?
No, I'm not saying die, but you're going to.
No, but that's the way I would look at it.
Whatever we offer you, a Uber, maybe AAA, then you should gracefully accept it and be like, "Thank you for your." First of all, you should be respectful for that to that girlfriend. But like, I'm really sorry. I know I shouldn't be calling. It's really late, and but I messed up. You would. So then, okay.
I would absolutely be respectful, but to send me an Uber and I'm leaving my car on the bridge and just go get my car, no, I'm not going to be. That's not an ideal like plan. Like I would just say, like, listen,
you don't have to wave somebody else down because my partner ain't getting up out the bed unless, like you said, we're going together. We're going to go together, and then we're going to have a conversation with her and say, "Listen, sweetheart, you're not going to be." Respectfully, I don't think that's being respectful if you're calling my partner in the middle of the night to come get you. Like maybe you have AAA on speed dial. You have an Uber account, get an Uber account, like because you're gonna mess up something that's good over here. That ain't nice.
Okay, so so let's wrap this part of it up. Is it okay to be friends with an ex?
I think it is okay if you guys set boundaries in the beginning. When you first meet, listen, I have a few of my ex that, I still keep in contact with. What are you not comfortable with, babe? What are you not, you know, if you're not comfortable with such and such, then we'll limit our calls. We won't call. Maybe we'll do once a month. You know what I'm saying? I would want my partner to feel very comfortable. Let's all go out to get something to eat so you can meet, you know, and we get together and, you know, and have a good time so that you would feel comfortable when maybe he calls me. You know what I'm saying? So I think boundaries definitely have to be set. It does. Because I want my partner to feel comfortable, and I still want to remain in a relationship with my ex.
I don't think if I'm in the relationship with you, if we in a relationship and you friends with an ex that you used to be with, and they coming around, they sing. It's so many different variables that may affect us in our relationship. I don't think I'm going to be like, I wouldn't even want to know. Like, if your friend is around, like, do we really know who if my man come around, do we really know who I'm calling my homeboy that I've known since I was a kid? Does he really know that was my ex? Like, or am I really going to tell him? I don't know if I would want to know.
That was what we were talking about. So do you tell?
I'm not telling him unless it's my ex, that my baby father or something like that.
Right.
Or like
I feel you.
somebody that I have kids with. I don't think I'm going to tell, because any other way that you know, it's always going to be a situation. What if the person is single and there's really nothing going on, and your partner says, listen, I'm getting ready to go out to pick this person up in the middle of the night, but they really platonic. They really, that's water under the bridge. They really not together, but I'm still may have a problem with it. In the back of my head, I still may think, is it really her? Right. Are we gonna go to a hotel after he gets home with that tire?
But don't you think that comes now where's your trust at with your partner? Because if you got to question that, like then you don't trust your partner. And I don't want to be with nobody right now. And like, I don't want to be with somebody that I don't trust. I want to trust you with my whole heart, where if you do get up and go and help your ex, I don't got to worry about you slipping up in nothing. You know what I'm saying? So my next partner, I really do want to establish, like, I want to trust you with everything, so that, and that goes when you got to make your partner comfortable in situations. That's where the trust comes in. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
I do. I feel the same way, but I just feel like, would you ever be comfortable knowing that it's an ex? Even if there's nothing going on, are you ever going to feel comfortable? I don't think I would want to know. Like, don't tell me. Let me just say it's a friend. If there's really nothing going on, and even if it is a friend, you're going to know if something more is going on, if it is a friend. If it really, if it was more than a friend, and if it's crossing those boundaries, and the friend wants to get with your man still on a low, you're going to see it regardless if you know or not. But don't tell me beforehand, because I might still be on a lookout. I'm going to be looking extra.
Right, you're going to be like, that's side eye. Hey, girl.
What? Even though I'm hosting a party, you going to get her a drink? What? She can't, like, even though I might be the host, like, I might look at it weird if he's really serving her as a host, or are you serving her because you really got some residual feelings for her? So that's something I might not want to know, because I might look too deep into it, and I might not even be able to help myself. So it's just like,
that's true. Sometimes it's just better off not knowing. Sometimes it really is. And for me, I want to know, like, who your ex. Like, I don't want to be in no situation, or we at a function and you got your exes walking around and I'm looking crazy because they looking at you. But I guess sometimes it is better you're not even knowing, so you won't have those feelings. Like, and then it'll be your partner again to make you feel comfortable in those situations. If I don't feel comfortable, you're definitely going to know. Get it together, or I'm piecing you out.
Absolutely.
Right?
I agree. Absolutely.
So I think it's very important to have boundaries. You got to have boundaries. And when my next relationship, I really want to have that conversation of, about our exes. Like, what do you don't like? And what is it's okay with you? I want you to feel comfortable, because in my last relationships, I ain't do that. I ain't have a conversation. I was still talking to my exes, probably being very disrespectful.
Yeah.
And not really noticing, not even noticing that the things that I were doing was disrespectful to my relationship. Absolutely. And so now that, I'm getting it and I had time off being in a relationship, I kind of be like, yo, maybe that was this, or how can I, do better in my next relationship? And I think that's what it's all about. When you're in these relationships, just learning and doing to your partner like you want your partner to do to you, respectfully, being respectful.
Absolutely. And Ann Lima agrees with you. She said, I agree with you, Ebony, wholeheartedly. Boundaries.
Thank you, Miss A.
And that's what we've been talking about all this time, boundaries. I just think those are the red flags and the cues that we get are setting boundaries and knowing when they're crossed.
Right. That's so important, though. So it's important that ladies, gentlemen, we pay attention to them red flags. And if you do have somebody that has red flags and you feel like they really, let's go get counseling because you really care or you are in love, then get the tools or somebody that can really help out to maneuver in those relationships so that it can help. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's important.
Absolutely. And I think it's also important when you do see red flags, when you see like certain things that's a little off to you, be careful. Yeah. Like you really don't know what you're dealing with until it's right there, and it might be too late. Like the situation we've talked about where you could lose your life over it. Just proceed with caution. Always.
Proceed with caution. That's a good one, E.
Yes. And we went over a little bit of an hour. So
yes. So we thank you guys. We see all you guys in the chat room, Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Thank you so much, guys, for coming into our podcast. We appreciate you guys. Everybody that chimed in and said your opinion, we appreciate you guys. We heart you. Whoever is in or on this chat, if you are not, hey Fern, hey girl.
And once again, we live every Sunday at 5:00 on YouTube and Facebook. And you didn't give your final thought. We got to close this out with a final thought.
We're going to do our final thought. My final thought is you are allowed to set boundaries. You are allowed to wave goodbye to anyone who doesn't respect them without apology. You have to set boundaries, period, point blank. Also, mental health. If you have a friend, family members, or that's going through depression, call on your friends, call on your strong friends that you feel like got it all together. No, give them a call, shoot them out a text and see if your friend is okay. Anybody that's suffering from mental health or depression, seek out a therapist, somebody that can give you tools to maneuver. And we just got to keep praying. That's my thing. Pray continuously that, we be all good. That's my final thought. E, what's your final thought?
Okay. Yeah, I can't top that, but I'll just keep it simple. And I'm going to just say just make sure that you keep a level mind. Just think about, I always think about everybody else. They've grown up in different situations. They say it's nurture against nature. It could be nature where you might have mental illnesses, or it could be just the way you grew up. You could have grew up, you could have been raised in an abusive household, but everything affects our mental health. So you just have to be cognizant of that and know that, we all are different people, and just make sure that you keep yourself safe at the end of the day. Don't put your safety in anybody else's hand. Keep a level head and know that there's still going to be life after this. Just make sure that you proceed with caution.
With caution. Proceed with caution. That is the word today. Proceed. We love you guys so much. We heart you. If you have not subscribed to the page, please go subscribe, click on notifications, like the video. If you like the content today, leave a comment. We so appreciate you. Until next Sunday, we love you.
Love you guys.
Agape, namaste.
Yes.